Hey guys, hope everyone's having a good day. So today we're going to do a video on Valerie Adams. Alright, I consider, depending on the day, either the greatest shot putter ever or, definitely the greatest women's shot putter ever. But in terms of the greatest shot putter ever, that is opinion. I go back and forth between her and Ryan Krauser. And you may be asking, wow, there's someone that can actually compete with Ryan Krauser? Well, yes. So, if you young whippersnappers haven't heard of Valerie Adams, let me just read off a little bit of her accomplishments. She's a two-time Olympic champion, four-time world champion, four-time world indoor champion, three-time Commonwealth Games champ, and two-time Continental Cup champ. That's 15 gold medals. She's also a one-time Olympic silver medalist, a one-time world championship silver medalist, and also a one-time bronze medalist in the Olympics, and also a one-time bronze medalist in world indoor champs. Alright, so that's already a super impressive resume. She's also a world junior champion and a world youth champion, and she has so many other accomplishments. But it's not just all her accomplishments. It's also the fact that she has thrown the furthest clean throw ever for a woman at 21 meters 24 centimeters in 2011. Also, her indoor best is 20 meters 98 centimeters in 2013. So already, I believe that she should be considered the best woman shot putter, and it's not even close, to be quite honest. Also, she is just an absolute physical specimen at 6'4" tall and 265 pounds body weight is just astonishing. And the fact that she's thrown over 21 multiple times. It's not just once. She's thrown it multiple times. And also, her brother, fun fact, is Steven Adams, who plays in the NBA, I guess still. Yeah, I think he's on the Rockets, I think. And, if you know who Steven Adams is, he's a physical specimen. And the fact that his sister, Valerie Adams, doesn't look small compared to him is actually a testament to how insane of a physical specimen Valerie Adams is. Alright, so now that we got all that out of the way, let's get in. Oh, before we start, I want to thank Throw Big, Throw Far channel and the ThrowX channel, as you can see right here, for giving us this awesome video. They have like a bunch of breakdown videos. I've used them in the past. And they give the regular motion, they give the slow motion, and then they break down each key position and stuff. So it makes it really easy to see all these throwers. So give them a follow, subscribe to them, and yeah, they also do great commentary. They put out great stuff. So just want to give them a shout out. Thank you for this video and stuff. Alright, so let's get into the actual technique. Now, I was debating on putting her in the underrated, but because people don't know her. But this is a video saying you should know her. I can't in good conscience put her in underrated, because if she's underrated, then good God, that means like someone like Ryan Krauser's underrated or something. Because it's not like she competed in like the 80s or something. She retired. Her last Olympic bronze was in 2020 in Tokyo. Alright? So, she had a long career. I think her first Olympics was in Sydney in like 2000, I think. Or maybe 04? I think so. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it was 04, I think, probably. Yeah, because she's... Yeah, okay. I could be wrong on those days. Either or. Let's see. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking at her page. Yeah. Of Of course it doesn't say. Whatever. Let's just play this real quick. I just want to see. Look how far this goes past the 20. I think this is 1 over 21 meters. It looks like it. Let's see. Let's slow this down. Yeah, that's gotta be 21 meters, if not close to it. That's gotta be close to 21 meters. It doesn't actually say the distance that she threw in this video. This is from a Diamond League video. So down in the comments, you guys can tell me how far this was. But let's actually... Oops, I'm just skipping over their entire throw. Oh, wait, that's right. That's why. So we're not going to get a clean beginning. Okay. Let's try and back up. Alright. Sorry for this stupid transition thing. Oh, God. I don't want to get into a rant about how they film throws, but whatever. Alright. So I hope you guys can kind of see this clearly. I know it's like in the middle of like some cool transition, I guess, but let's see. Okay, so it clears up there. Okay, let's get into the analysis. We waited long enough. All right, so what we're gonna do is start with this. So really like this position. I really, really, really like the rounded back. All right, really, really like that. I think it allows you to get down a lot lower, stay down lower, and gives you the ability to relax. I see a lot of gliders, and they kind of arch their back like they would in a squat. And what they do is when they go through the ring, that they just pop up because their back is super stiff. Whereas if you have the rounded back, you're able to stay down a lot more, and you're just a lot more relaxed in yourself, and it just makes it way easier to keep the chest over the right knee. So she does an excellent job of that. Let's keep going. This left arm, super relaxed right here, super long. And she pushes down towards the toe board. Really, really like that. Okay, actually, she pushes middle, which is fine. Either to the toe board or to the middle. You'll see most gliders, they'll go towards the toe board. However, she's really tall. She's 6'4". Most women are not that tall in general, but women shot putters are usually like maybe like 6 foot. If you're a shot putter, so at like an elite level, so she's way above that. So I don't know if she does this just to keep room. Oh, let me clear out its lines. I don't know if she does this to keep herself from landing a little too early with that left foot, or it's just nice and comfortable. Either way, a mid kick or a kick to the toe board, it doesn't really matter as long as you're not kicking up. Because if you kick up, you're just gonna fly up in the air, be super off balance, and your chest is gonna go too far down, and you're gonna start like doing some weird stuff. So if you're a glider, never ever kick up. You always kick either straight forward or to the toe board. All right. And you notice when she does this too, that her left arm is bent, but it's also in. So some gliders, this left arm will stay long and go out as they're kicking to keep their chest over their knee, their right knee if you're a right-handed thrower, and to keep them staying back and not opening too early. You can also bring it in. It just can't go that way while you're kicking. Alright, because then you're going to open up your chest and you're going to land open. And we don't want that. Alright, so let's move forward. So she keeps that left arm tucked in. Huh, that's actually very weird. I haven't actually watched Valerie Adams in a in a minute. Like an actual breakdown video of her. So that's weird. Okay, so she kicks down, straight, then starts putting down. Okay, yeah. I've never actually paid attention to the left arm. She actually does some unique stuff with that. You see almost all the gliders, and they'll keep that left arm back. And that's what I coach. Because it's very hard to do this and not open. However, you can just keep this rep position. I guess that works too. It's just, you just have to be more disciplined, which, she is. Because she's a goat. So, yeah, So, let's get into this. So she lands. Notice when she lands. Oh, also before one thing. She pushes off her right heel. Alright? Now, there's some controversies whether to push off the toe or the heel or whatnot. I tend to like to push from the heel because I think it lets you stay more down and you have a less of a tendency to pop up. Alright? Now, obviously, a lot of people are going to say when they watch every glider, oh, isn't she popping up? No, she's not popping up. And you see this a lot because there is a natural rise to the glide just because, you're, here, her right knee extends. So she is going to go up. And every glider does this. It's hard to push off a bent right knee when you're in this kind of formation or position, not formation. There is a natural one, but when I say pop up, if she was to land this and her chest was not over her knee and her head was like here and she was just standing straight up, that's what I mean. You can rise in the glide, and you will rise. Everyone does. It's physically impossible not to. All right? But if you notice, she is trying to keep her chest over this knee for the entire time. So she's not popping up. All right? She is staying over her right side and then landing in her stand throw. Very nice there. All right. And she is a short to long glider, which means she lands really wide. So she's a wide stance glider, which makes sense because she's tall. So it makes perfect sense why she lands like this. You'll tend to see quote-unquote shorter people to land short because they have the ability to drive more through the ring because they don't take up as much space, and so they can get a shorter base. And shorter people tend to be more powerful in a shorter base. However, when you're super tall, you don't have to lift as much because you're just already taller, and you take up more space in the ring, so you have to land a lot wider. So a good example of this for like the guys is Ulf Timmerman, who landed with a wide base. All right. So let's see. She lands here. And I know people are going to say, oh, but she's not completely over her right foot and stuff. One, this is a meet. People are never like technically perfect in meet because the job isn't to be technically perfect, just to throw far. So that's why I always like analyzing practice footage, but there's very few practice videos I can find of her. And the one video I found, I couldn't even get to work. But I was going to analyze her throwing 22 meters, like 36 with the 3K, which is insane. Absolutely insane. But I'm getting off a sidetrack, on a side tangent. So, she lands wide. All right, but again, that's a style of throw. There are two styles: the short stance and the wide stance. And it really just depends on one, comfort level, and then two, how tall you are, then 3, how much force can you produce in this position. All right. So if you can really get out of this position really fast, then go ahead. And Valerie Adams and Ulf Turnerman, some of the twitchiest athletes, respective the gender, of all freaking time. So yeah, they can get out of these positions really well. So she lands here, very nice. You notice that the right heel is up, the left toes are open, they're not facing in, so super nice there. That means she gets a great stretch in her hips. Now she's starting to open up with this left arm, very, very nice. So she catches back. And now, you notice that. So she doesn't turn like a normal rotational thrower or someone with like a short stance. So wide stance gliders, they tend to more just try and push over their block. They still rotate, and they rotate their hip. But if you notice, she's not really rotating like off the ground like you would see like a traditional rotational thrower would. Alright, so she's still rotating her hip, she's still pushing against the ground, but she can't really rotate like a rotational thrower would, because a rotational thrower would not land in this wide of a stance. And if you are, that might be a reason why you're not turning your right foot in the middle. So if you're a rotational thrower listening to this, maybe see how wide you're landing, and that can tell you if you're even in a position to turn your right foot. Because if you land this wide in a rotational throw, good luck trying to rotate your foot and staying on the ground a really long time. You're not. Most rotational throwers will land like here. And she's like a foot off that. So, but for a wide stance glide, perfect. Alright, so gets here, super nice. Super good block, super good lift. I want you to notice, so she keeps her knees bent the entire time. The right knee still stays bent, but if you notice at the last split second, she extends her left knee. All right, she extends her left knee. That, one, creates a super strong block, but two, also gives you the lift at the end. So she's not jumping up in the air. She is gonna just glide, no pun intended, into the toe board. So she's gonna just slide this right foot forward. Alright, she's not jumping up in the air. Alright, never ever jump. And of course it zooms out when I'm gonna make a point, so whatever. God, I hate the way they film. They do so much better job nowadays of filming throws. Oh my god. It's just, in the 2010s, I don't know what they were on. They just could not film a throw from just the back of the ring. You know what? I'm not even going to get on it. I'm not even going to get on it. Alright? I'm going to try and stay on track. Alright? So, of course, it zooms out so you can't see her reverse or how well she holds the block. I guess you can kind of see it's super blurry. But even this, you can see that she reaches her armpit over the toe board to get that extra little bit of out. Super nice there. And you can't see her recovery, but obviously she saves it. But, this is, my guess is either like between 20 meters 80 and a little over 21 meters is what I suspect this throw is. It's a super far throw, no matter what. And obviously, a lot of her throws were. There's a reason why she's considered the go-to woman shot put. And I highly doubt anybody will ever pass her, because she literally has everything you could ever ask. And yeah, other than that, I know I didn't really say any negative things, because what can I say about, the greatest shot putter ever? For a woman, at least. And then it's a debate between her and Croucher. The fact that it's even a debate just shows you how insane she is. And her resume is. Alright, so, but yeah, other than that, hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys like this video. And thanks for watching. And see y'all later. Bye.